I'm excited about this place because when I want to find some authentic, amazing Caribbean, Jamaican food, it's at Carican Flavors. Now, this is probably a hidden secret. They have the best jerk wings in town. I promise you, jerk wings, and they serve salmon. One thing that you did know is that they also serve vegetarian foods and they make fresh juices here at Carican's. So come on inside as we talk to Miss Sharon, see her beautiful family, and let's eat more food.
It was very lovely. It was something familiar, as I was saying earlier before. So, you know, we came by to check it out, and I think other people should try it.
Can't complain. I've been to plenty of restaurants, about 60% of restaurants in the United States as far as Jamaican restaurants, and this is one of the top ones.
This is my secret sauce for the salmon. I already that's my secret sauce for the salmon, and I already have some onions that I already sauteed. All right, and I have somebody waiting for it, and then I take some of this goodness and put on the fish, so that they get a good bit of the flavor in the meat, in the fish. All right. I need like 1 minute. And then I can show you what I'm cooking. I'm cooking some curry chicken.
It's a big pot.
So you can take a look and see. Curry chicken with potatoes, and we do use fresh herbs. We don't use like salt and pepper shakers, and we use fresh herbs in our meats. Wait. This is pretty much done. So you guys will get to maybe taste one of those. And I can show you else what I have in the oven. Taking out some jerk chicken. Some jerk chicken. This is, I oven bake my jerk chicken, you know, so, because folks like the sauce. So let me just stick it right here in the hot oil. Then I have some wings, some jerk wings. Alrighty. And I'm not taking that phone call right now. That's what I have right now. The only other thing is, what would you like to see? My cornbread? The fish?
Those wings smell good.
Give me a second. Okay, John. Wait, let me give them a little bit of this goodness. Alrighty. He loved that. Unless you want to see the cornbread. Cornbread, that's I baked. We don't ever charge for cornbread. Cornbread is not a typical Caribbean bread that we make, but folks says that when my food, they need bread. So I created my own cornbread recipe. It's more like cake. How I got started, we moved here like 19 years ago from New York. I had a cousin who was stationed out at Tinker for more than 30 years, and we would come and visit. Then we got ready to move, so my parents and my husband and I and the kids, we moved from New York. And when I started, we had regular jobs. I was a finance manager at Mary Mahoney Health Center, and my husband worked at OSU OKC as a project coordinator. And we wanted to do something different, so we decided we would cook. I'm not a trained chef, but I've been trained from my mom. So we decided we're gonna cook like we cook at home. So I don't do canned food. I don't add pork grease to my food, so I serve a lot of vegetarians, a lot of folks who have special dietary needs. Everything we make from scratch. Our seasonings, everything we make from scratch. I don't have cans of stuff that I open and just put out there. I have to peel it, chop it, clean it, cook it, you know, just the way I do at home. The only thing different I do here is I have a greater quantity compared to what I do at home. So I make it wholesome just the way I want to eat it. You know, I make it so that folks will be satisfied when they eat. They would feel like they ate at home, and that's the whole idea. I call my restaurant Carican because I selected the first 3 letters of Caribbean and the last 4 letters of American. So that way I have the combination, because a lot of the things that we would normally make in the Caribbean we can't find here in Oklahoma. So I use my spices and all the regular vegetables and fruit and so forth that I can find here, and made the blend Caribbean American. That's where I get the name Carican, and that's pretty much it. We this year we're gonna celebrate our 15th year in August, and we are so thankful. We are beyond thankful for our customers who have supported us all these years, who have told their friends, their neighbors, their co-workers, and as a result, they are the key to our success. So most of the ones that we've had for years, and all pretty much from day one, after a while they seem like family. You get to know grandma, grandpa, what they like, what they don't like, what is best for them to eat or not eat, you know. So
I've seen you do
a lot of folks say that I'm bossy. Give me 1 second. They say that I'm bossy when it comes to serving them. And I care about my community. I care about what they eat. And I know for the city, it's a constant need for us to make better choices. And that's why since 2013, we are certified healthy restaurant by the health department. And so when folks come up and I know you're diabetic, I know you have high blood pressure, based on our conversations, then I would guide you to make better choices. You know, I would force you to get something green on your plate, or, you know, not to have all the starches, but to be more balanced. And sometimes folks they tell each other, they said, oh my God, if you tell her you're diabetic, she's not gonna let you have that mac and cheese, or you know, something like that. But I care about my customers, and I want them to remain healthy. I want them to make good choices. And I have a lot of folks who come back and they are thankful for the input that I give, for the care that we take with our food, and the care that we take of them, sharing and, you know, just letting them know what is a good choice. And so I make a point of having quite a bit of choices, so that if you didn't like one particular vegetable, you could still get something else. So that's where we are with that.
People always talk about there are no places to eat vegetarian food or get fresh juices on the east side, when the reality is you've been doing it.
Yeah.
So, but what I was really trying to get to is, how do you decide I'm going to make that recipe?
Well, the truth of these recipes is, one of my friends, I was living in California, close to all the trees and the farms and stuff, and they used to juice all the time. So we would juice at home, and so then when they came back, they were saying, well, what do you want us to help you to do? And I said, my biggest problem is having enough hands to juice. You know, so then they pretty much came up with it. I won't lie. I mean, we went through the whole thing as far as the value of the cucumber, the celery, so you know the value. Anybody could Google it. You know. So then when someone says, you know, my blood pressure is high, or I have the cold, you know, and I need something, I know that garlic is a natural antibiotic. I know you need high quantities of vitamin C, so I'm using the apples, the orange, pineapple, and adding garlic to that. And some folks swear by it for themselves and their children, because even with kids, they were concerned, am I gonna be able to give the kids the garlic? I said they need it. So what you do with the kids, the little ones, instead of giving them a whole 12 ounce to drink, I said treat it to them like medicine. Say, come and get your medicine for the cold, and you have that just for the day, and every few hours you put it a couple ounces in them until they get all of it. So,
because I noticed you put, like, when you make it's something like it might be a little thick, and you'll say, I think you give them enough so they can take it home and add water to it to make it stretch sometimes.
It depends on somebody come in and I know this customer and they're definitely not well. And they come in and they tell me like, help, you know. So then I said, well, you know, instead of making them like a 12 ounce, you know, I made the big 16 ounce, and I said, make sure you get all of it in. You know, and definitely before the day's end, because you want the value of all the nutrients from the vegetable and the fruit to go straight to your bloodstream.
Remember I brought my buddy, and he was like the color of your shirt. He was really stuffed. So he was drinking it, and we walked out. He said, I can breathe. He said, I couldn't breathe all week and all today. And he was so impressed by that.
Because of the ginger and things like that. So it helps with inflammation and helps to open up the passages. I had one guy, he would get these asthma attacks, and he'd be calling me and saying, I need some ginger. So I would just peel some ginger, put it in and juice it so that he'd get a good shot of it,
like
nice
just
and
a shot
strong.
of ginger?
Add a little water in it. And folks who have like acid reflux, things like that, it helps with their digestion and to soothe the stomach. Even though the ginger tastes spicy, but they know the results that they get. I've had a guy come by, his wife was having morning sickness, so I'd make the ginger And you take it home.
Just give him the ginger.
Yes, because ginger is good for your joints,
Okay.
morning sickness, your equilibrium.
Okay.
It's good for inflammation.
Okay.
You know, so why not use your food for your medicine?
There it is. There it is. There it is.
Yeah, so I've seen that with my parents now.
Really?
Yes, they've used food for medicine. You see, my dad is 88, my mom is 78, they're healthy. There is no whole bunch of
Right.
a slew of pharmaceuticals that they take,
Right.
so the food, we try to use it for medicine.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Normally with the smoothie, you get to make your choice. Some people like pineapple mango. Some people like the pineapple strawberry. Some people like the mango strawberry. But so I just get all the fruit and cut it up and have it frozen.
Okay.
So then.
So you buy it fresh?
Most. And most of it, especially if it's in season.
Okay. Yeah.
So you guys could get to taste my smoothie. You catching him tasting it, huh?
It's great to me. I don't complain about anything.
And there's no sugar, no water added. So
You can cook anything and I'll eat it. Okay, so y'all heard all those amazing stories from Miss Sharon here at Carican Flavors. I'm not gonna talk long. I'm just gonna start eating. So I just want you to make sure that you support Carican Flavors off 27th and MLK in Northeast Oklahoma City. You can also download the OKC Black Restaurant Bingo card on our website at okcblackeats.com. Hey, it's time for me to eat. I'm starving.